In this episode of the Community Show, we visit the 4th of July celebration at Floyd County High School organized by Floyd County Parks and Recreation. With this year being the 250th anniversary of the United States, we had Josh Stokes on the scene to talk with Floyd County residents about our great nation. That's coming up next, along with several key moments from the event here on the Community Show.
All right, everybody, thank y'all for coming out. I know it's hot. We've been sweating all day. I'm sure y'all are sweating too. But appreciate y'all kind of topping it out and coming to celebrate the 4th of July with us today. First of all, I wanted to thank our Democratic and Republican committees of Floyd for jointly reading the Declaration for us. That's a tradition we've had for many years, and we're thankful that they have continued that. At this time, we'll have our presentation of colors. We'd like to welcome the VFW 7854 and the American Legion 127. If you would, before the playing of the national anthem, please rise, remove your hats, and please remain standing until the colors have left. Please also welcome Floyd's finest, Tara Hollingsworth. Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, in celebration of America VA2 and VA250, got a couple questions in response a little bit to what's been going on in the World Cup. So what's your favorite thing about America out of these list of items? Ranch, Waffle House, or free refills?
Definitely free refills.
From East Coast to West Coast, including Alaska and Hawaii, what's your favorite spot you've ever visited in the States?
My favorite spot is definitely the Outer Banks. 100% the Outer Banks.
Favorite spot in Virginia?
Floyd, Virginia.
Duh. All right, with Virginia celebrating VA 250 and America's 250th birthday, and the World Cup currently going on in America, we've seen a lot of Europeans and other people from other countries enjoying some of the finer things. So out of these three things, what's your favorite thing that the Europeans have went crazy over? Ranch dressing, Waffle House, or free refills at restaurants?
I'm a sucker for all three of those. That evidently they don't have in Europe. Having been to England one time and paid what they pay for pizza, they're coming over here and they think we're giving stuff away, I expect. But they seem to love it here, and they're more than welcome to come and visit and come and stay.
All right, so out of all the places in the United States, what is the one place that you haven't been that you want to go?
Mount Rushmore. I'm told there's not much else there, but I'd like to see that. And I believe in Arizona there's a gigantic crater from where a meteorite struck the Earth. And I'd kind of like to see that too.
All right, and same thing, but in Virginia. Is there a place in Virginia you have yet to go, but you want to see?
Well, we've been to the Breaks. We've been to Natural Bridge. I grew up on the Potomac, so I know Northern Virginia, Southern Maryland very well. Been out to Wise County, which I'm told the westernmost point is further west than Detroit, Michigan. From where we are, we can see Mount Rogers on occasion, but I've actually never been to the top of that mountain. So one of these days I'll drive out there. It's not that far away. Check it out.
All right, last question. What is your favorite thing about America?
Being free, being able to build your life the way you want to build it. And a big thing for me is just being left alone.
Best place to live in America?
I got to say Virginia, and be more specific, Southwest Virginia. But don't tell that to everybody.
More specifically, Floyd County?
I'd Floyd County, more particularly Indian Valley.
All right, you heard it here first. Indian Valley's the best place to live in America.
He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. When so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, with the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly, opposing demands and firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time after such dissolutions to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise. The state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the danger of invasion from without, convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states with the purpose of obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary power. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount of payment of their salary. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislature. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit in the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury.
Third, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in neighboring provinces, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule unto its time. for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt out our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people.
He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, totally unworthy of the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages known as rule of warfare. Is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitions for redress in the most humble terms.
Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and consanguinity. We must, therefore, acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace, friends.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intention, do in the name and by the authority of the people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these United Colonies are, and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the states of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, through all other things, acts and things which independent states may have right to, and for support of the separation, the firm reliance and protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. 56 signers of the Declaration are
People just like us, from Georgia, Button Gwinnett, Lyman Hall, George Walton. From North Carolina, William Hooper, Joseph Hughes, John Peck. From South Carolina, Edward Rutledge, Thomas Lynch Jr., Thomas Hayward Jr., Arthur Middleton. From Massachusetts, John Hancock, Samuel Adams, John Adams, Robert Treat Payne, Elbridge Gerry.
From Maryland, Samuel Chase Thomas Stone, William Paca, Charles Carroll of Carrollton. From Virginia, George Wythe, Richard Henry Lee, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Harrison, Thomas Nelson Jr., Francis Lightfoot Lee, Carter Braxton.
From Pennsylvania, Robert Morris, Benjamin Rush, Benjamin Franklin, John Morton, George Kleiner, James Smith, George Taylor, James Wilson, George Ross. From Delaware, Caesar Rodney, George Reed, Thomas McKean. From New York, William Floyd, Philip Livingston, Francis Lewis, Lewis Morris.
From New Jersey, Richard Stockton, John Hart, John Witherspoon, Abraham Clark, Francis Hopkins. From New Hampshire, Josiah Bartlett, William Whipple, Matthew Thornton.
Rhode Island, Stephen Hopkins, William Ellery. From Connecticut, Roger Sherman, William Williams, Samuel Huntington, Oliver Wolcott. Thank you.
America's celebrating its 250th birthday. I'm sure you're aware. Virginia 250s kind of following suit, celebrating. What are y'all's favorite things about Virginia and America?
About Virginia, probably just the mountains it has. I really love the mountains. And America, I just love America.
In Virginia, yeah, I mean the landscape's really, really nice. But for the country, I'd say I really like our diversity and stuff.
Okay, so what are the spots you want to visit in Virginia and America?
In Virginia, I've never been to Virginia Beach, even though I lived there my whole life. And in just America, probably the beaches in California.
In Virginia, I think it'd be really cool to see Natural Bridge. And I also think that the Grand Canyon is really cool. So.
All right, so I'm pretty sure y'all have seen the World Cup and all the Europeans coming over, and they're excited about some of the things that they don't have over there. Out of these three things, what is your favorite? Free refills at restaurants, ranch dressing, or Waffle House?
Probably the free refills.
Ranch.
Okay, follow up. Waffle House or IHOP?
IHOP.
Waffle House.
We're celebrating 250 years of America, Virginia as well.
Yes, we are.
So, gotta ask you, what's your favorite thing about America? What's your favorite thing about Virginia?
I mean, can you say anything other than freedom for America? Let's be honest. That's what we're celebrating today. I think Virginia, specifically in Floyd, is where I grown up, and I think that there's just such a tight community no matter where you go, and lovely people, lovely culture. It's just a fantastic place to live.
All right, and social media has been blowing up with Europeans loving certain things about America.
The World Cup.
World
Yes,
Cup,
sir.
loving
Yes,
it,
sir.
loving it. So, these two things, which is your favorite? Ranch dressing or Waffle House?
Oh, you can't do that to me. Man, Waffle House is great when you're drunk at 2 a.m., but I think it's got to go to Ranch. Ranch can go anytime. I think it's got to go to Ranch. There's a reason they're filling their suitcases with it. That's what I got to say.
All right, so 2 more questions.
Okay.
Virginia, any place you haven't been that you want to go?
Yeah, I definitely want to go up north, I think. Go maybe see a little bit more like New York, Vermont up there, I think would be good. I've never been in that direction. I'm not really a city guy, so I think but I should experience it a little bit more. And yeah, I think that's where I need to go next.
All right. What's your favorite place in America?
Oh, Virginia.
But outside of Virginia. We're in Virginia. Floyd, Virginia is like the best. It's the best.
It's the best. Okay, but besides the best.
Besides the best, second best place in America.
Yep. I'll tell you what, I took a trip out to Utah, Old Zion out there, National Park. That is a beautiful place to be. I think that the views are stunning, great place to go and hike. And if you get a chance, I would definitely recommend going out there.
All right, so America and Virginia celebrating 250 years, quarter of a century, big milestone. So let's start this off. What's your favorite thing about Virginia and what's your favorite thing about America?
Virginia's code is, is for lovers. It is lovers of the environment, lovers of each other, and just people working together.
And what's your favorite thing about America?
living in America, all the opportunities available. I've had many opportunities available for me over my lifetime. Of course, I made that smart answer to move to Floyd County. I love Floyd County. There's nothing better in the world than Floyd County.
With the World Cup happening, a lot of Europeans have been going crazy over some of the things that they don't have in Europe. So, out of these two things, which one is the best? Ranch dressing or Waffle House?
Wow, that's a tough one. Probably for me would be ranch dressing. I love that, and my grandson loves it too. We got about half a gallon of it in the refrigerator. But we have a choice in America. That's the great thing about 250. We have a choice, and we can make those choices. Wise choices and bad choices sometimes.
All right. So, is there anything that you want to say to celebrate the 250th milestone for both Virginia and the United States?
Well, God has blessed our country. We have a very important country. And we say, God bless the USA. Well, God has blessed the USA. And He's given it, turned it over to us. And what we do with it as Christians and lovers of the environment and everything, what we do with it is our responsibility. We need to work hard to show love and care for each other and work together.
What's the best place to live in America?
Floyd County.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
What a miracle we were given some 2,000 years ago. God the Father sent Him to us all because He loved us so. Let me tell you about Jesus and His what He's done for me. How He saved us, we're all sinners. Now my soul has been set free. Now my soul has been set free.
All right, so America is celebrating its 250 along with Virginia, 250 years. Let's start off. Where haven't you been in Virginia that you would love to go?
Where haven't I been in Virginia? I'd love to go. Probably Devil's Bathtub. Yep, little hike I've never been on. I wanted to go.
Definitely would say Virginia Beach. Haven't seen a beach in Virginia my entire life, so.
Make that happen.
Make that happen.
All right, same question, but instead of Virginia, America. Where haven't you been in America that you are dying to go?
Utah.
Montana for sure.
All right, so I'm pretty sure y'all have seen on social media the World Cup and what's been going on, and all the Europeans enjoying the finer things of America. So, in celebration of that, which of these would you rather have? Which of these would you choose to have? Ranch dressing or Waffle House?
Ranch dressing.
For ranch dressing.
Waffle House or IHOP?
Waffle House.
Waffle House.
All right. Anything you want to say in celebration of VA 250 and America 250?
Nothing really. Just go America. We love America.
Happy birthday, America.
All right. So all the places in Virginia, outside of Floyd, what's your favorite spot?
Favorite spot in Virginia? That's a tough one. I'd probably say parts of Patrick County because that's where my ancestors are from. either that or I really love Charlottesville. Beautiful town, lots of history. I'm a Thomas Jefferson history nut, so I'd say Charlottesville.
Okay. For America, what's the one place on your bucket list to visit in the States?
So I've been fortunate. I've traveled a lot. Um, I've been to Joshua Tree and Pikes Peak. I've been to Yellowstone. I've been to Badlands. Probably the biggest place that's still on my bucket list is all the national parks in Alaska. Always wanted to go to Alaska, never been able to go. Hawaii's probably on the list too, but Alaska first.
Okay. Waffle House or IHOP?
Waffle House, that's not a question. And the dirtier the Waffle House, the more staff that get in fights, the better, because I know the food is just going to slap, as the kids say.
I love it.
America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shine.